Good afternoon, all. I hope you all have studied about the biotic environment, like how the producer, consumers, they all work together, and how the microorganisms help them. Today we will learn about the abiotic environment. इसको abiotic भी बोल सकते हैं, abiotic भी बोल सकते हैं. Both pronunciations are correct. So, abiotic environment means the physical conditions and the non-living materials that affect the growth and maintenance of living component. It means what? These all things are not living, they are not surviving, but they affects the growth of the living things. So they all are the abiotic environment. इसके नाम से ही जाहिर है कि जब यहाँ पे A लगा है and there is the biotic word, biotic means something that is living and here is A, so that things are not living but they affects the growth of biotic environment. So this has been divided into the 5 points. First is the water, second is the air, third is the light, fourth is the temperature and fifth is the soil. Water का यूज क्या है? Water is useful for drinking, irrigation, cooking, bathing and etc. works. It's also helpful for the farmers for the irrigation purpose. It's helpful for us for the drinking, for the household work, for the cleaning thing, for the cooking. These all things are very necessary. Here is a term which is explained in your book also, and I am explaining it here. If even that, because it's a little bit tough topic, so if any doubt remain, then you can ask me directly in the comment box or even in the Google Classroom. Okay, so the topic is the rainwater harvesting. What happens in the rainwater harvesting? हार्वेस्टिंग का मतलब आप लोगों को पता है, हार्वेस्टिंग मीन्स खेती करना. बेसिकली व्हाट इट इज सेइंग कि जो वाटर है उसको यूज अप करो ताकि वो कई काम में इस्तेमाल हो सके. हम लोग जब हार्वेस्टिंग करते हैं या फिर फार्मिंग करते हैं तो व्हाट वी डू, वी पुट सम सीड्स, उससे ट्रीज बनते हैं, देन वी यूटिलाइज दैट. सेम थिंग हैपेंस हियर बट हियर इज व्हाट, हियर इज द रेन वाटर. So how we reuse this? First of all, we store it. This storation may be possible above the ground or under the ground. Then through pipes, this all goes to the pits, tanks or any small well. Then after filtration and purification, it can be used for the household purpose and it also recharges the underground water level. Okay, so I am explaining it once again. Rainwater harvesting, it is a process to reuse the rainwater. How does it happen? Firstly, the rainwater is stored above the ground or under the ground. Then through the pipes, through the large pipes, it goes to the pits, tanks and or the small wells. And then because it will be little much impure, so this filtration and purification is very much required. So after filtration and purification, it can be used for the household purpose and it also recharges the underground water level. Second thing, the air. How does air affect the growth of a biotic environment? We all know in the air, what is air? Air is the composition of gases like the oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide. I hope you all know that how much percentage of each air is present in our air. So in the respiration, what we use, we take the oxygen and exhales the CO2. Same process in the photosynthesis, but the gases became different. In photosynthesis, plant uses the carbon dioxide and gives the oxygen. So these all things are obtained from the air and it has been used. That's why अगर आप air component ना रहे तो क्या हमारे या plants का survival possible हो पाएगा? Absolutely not. So air is the abiotic environment which affects the other living components. Moving ahead, third component is the light. Light means जो basically जो sunlight है उससे इसका मतलब है. तो how is sunlight useful? We have also studied that in the photosynthesis, The plants uses the sunlight. In the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, plants makes its food, and we all get food from there. So it's very obvious that if light is not present, that food making process will not take place. So it's very much important. And there is the some plants and some animals which responses towards the light. इट मीन्स वॉट कि उनकी लाइफ में जो कुछ रिस्पॉन्सेज होते हैं वो उनके उसके हिसाब से, वो जैसे वो एक स्टिमुलस है, मतलब कि लाइट के प्रेजेंस और एब्सेंस से उनके बिहेवियर में चेंज आता है. तो दिस थिंग इज ऑब्जर्व इन सम प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स लाइक इन द मॉर्निंग ग्लोरी, जिसको आइपोनिया भी बोलते हैं. दिस मॉर्निंग ग्लोरी प्लांट्स ब्लूम्स एट द सनराइज. ब्लूम मीन्स ये उगते हैं जब सनराइज होता है, तो एंड जब सनसेट होगा तो ये क्लोज डाउन हो जाता है. सो इट्स दिस बिहेवियर इज रिस्पॉन्स टू द लाइट. व्हेन द लाइट इज प्रेजेंट it rises, it blooms up, and when the sunlight is upset, it just get closed down. Second example is the sunflower. You all know कि जिस तरफ sun की तरह रहता है, sunflower उसी तरफ face करता है. Then some animals also responsive to the light, that all are owl, rat, cockroaches. कैसे करते हैं? जब light absent रहेगी, मतलब कि when there is night, their activity accelerates. उनकी activity उस समय ज़्यादा रहती है. In the daytime they may be little bit passive stage, but in the night their activities become more. Like you all know कि owl जो रहता है वो तो obviously night पे ही response करता है. Rats also, cockroaches also, they all become more active during night. Then temperature, we measure the temperature through the thermometer, and there is the natural way to cool down our body, that is our sweat gland. जो हमारी बॉडी में sweat glands रहती हैं, इनसे जो भी sweat secrete होती है उससे क्या होता है, our bodies get cool down. That's why we have more sweats during the summer. तो बॉडी खुद को कूल रखती है. But there is some animals where is the less sweat glands present, बिकॉज उनकी बॉडी में ग्लैंड, स्वेट ग्लैंड्स जो रहती है बहुत लेस रहती हैं. सो दे आर नॉट एबल टू टॉलरेट द हीट मच. Like if we take two examples, one buffalo and one cow, so cow will be more tolerable to heat than the buffalo. Why? Because buffalo basically black in color. You all know that black colors absorbs the light much. That is black in color, and it has the less sweat glands. That's why you all must have seen that buffaloes used to sit in the water for a long time just to make themselves cool during this hot summer. And camel there is no sweat gland. So what happens, a camel will be able to survive in that extreme heat because no water, no sweat gland. So what happens, no water loss. जब वाटर लॉस नहीं होगा तो क्या होगा, इट कैन सर्वाइव इन वेरी हॉट एक्सट्रीम रीजन ऑल्सो. तो वो ईजिली वहाँ पे सर्वाइव कर सकते हैं. देन फिफ्थ कंपोनेंट इज द सॉयल. तो व्हाट डज इट डू, यहाँ पे सॉयल क्या करता है, मिनरल्स देता है प्लांट्स को, और ऑल्सो द माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स एंड सम ऑर्गेनिजम्स लाइक अर्थवर्म, इट्स अ होम फॉर देम. ओके, so I hope this abiotic component is clear to you, and just take a quick glance. What is abiotic environment? The physical conditions and the non-living materials that affect the growth and maintenance of the living component. वो सारी physical conditions जो कि living components की life को affect करती हैं. पहला क्या है, water, जो कि यूज होगा ड्रिंकिंग, इरिगेशन, कुकिंग, बेदिंग में. देन द रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग, तो उसमें बेसिकली क्या होगा, रेन वाटर विल बी स्टोर्ड थ्रू पाइप्स, पिट एंड टैंक्स. इट गोज टू द स्मॉल वेंस, एंड वहाँ पे फिर क्या होता है, आफ्टर फिल्ट्रेशन एंड प्यूरिफिकेशन इट इज़ यूज्ड. और एक और चीज़ है कि इट ऑल्सो रिचार्जेस द अंडरग्राउंड वाटर लेवल. आप सबने देखा होगा जो पानी का लेवल वो धीरे धीरे बहुत कम होता जा रहा है. तो उससे क्या हो रहा है कि ना तो प्लांट्स को पानी मिल पा रहा है, और जो अंडरग्राउंड वाटर लेवल उसकी वजह से कई जगह पानी की कमी भी हो रही है. तो इफ़ वी स्टोर दिस रेन वाटर, तो क्या होगा, हम लोग इसको ईजिली पानी में डाल सकते हैं. तो वो जो पानी का लेवल थोड़ा सा कम हुआ उसको हम लोग ऊपर उठा सकते हैं. देन एयर, requires for the respiration and photosynthesis purpose. Then light में क्या है कि sunlight we all know which is very useful in the photosynthesis process, and some plants and animals responses there. They may be the morning glory, the sun, which rises at the when sun rises and close down when the sun set, sunflowers, some animals like the owl, rat and cockroach. After that, temperature which is measured by the thermometer.